Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are out here at Hermitage Memorial Gardens in Nashville, Tennessee. Apparently just outside the airport to visit the grave of another country music icon. That seems like a thing, right? When we come here to Nashville, that's what we tend to do. We're here to see and pay our respects to a legend. Don't want to step in an ant bed. Ernest Tubb. Now, before we go out that way, let me get the ad out of the way and say welcome. If this is your first time here, I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all the things. And if this isn't your first time, hey, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the video. And let me bring up that we got some merch that'll be in the description to go look at. And I have a member section, that you could donate to help me get to these places. So with all that out of the way, we're going to walk around, try to find the grave, talk a little bit about his life, celebrate his life, visit the grave, pay our respects. So let's get to looking, shall we? Born February 9th, 1914, on a cotton farm near Crisp in Ellis County, Texas, he was inspired by Jimmie Rodgers, which we need to get down to Meridian to do his grave now that I think about it, and spent his spare time learning to sing, yodel, and play guitar. At 19, he took a job as a singer on a San Antonio radio station. The pay was low, so Tubbs dug ditches for the Works in Progress Administration and then clerked at a drugstore. In 1939, he moved to San Angelo, Texas, and was hired to do a 15-minute afternoon live show on another radio station, KGKL-AM. He drove a beer delivery truck to support himself during this time, and during World War II, he wrote and recorded a song titled Swell San Angelo. In 1936, Tubb contacted Jimmie Rodgers' widow to ask for an autographed photo. A friendship developed, and she was instrumental in getting Tubb a recording contract with RCA. In 1939, a tonsillectomy affected his singing style, so he turned to songwriting. And in 1940, he switched to Decca Records to try singing again, and his sixth-decade release with the single Walking the Floor Over You brought Tubbs to stardom. It sold over 1 million copies and was awarded a gold disc in 1965. Tubbs joined the Grand Ole Opry in February of '43 and put together his group, the Texas Troubadours. He remained a regular on the show for 4 decades and hosted his own midnight jamboree each Saturday night after the Opry. Tubbs headlined the Grand Ole Opry show presented in Carnegie Hall in New York in '47. Tubbs was not known to possess the most adept voice. He always sang flat and actually mocked his own singing. He told an interviewer that 95% of the men in bars would hear his music on the jukebox and say to their girlfriends, "I can sing better than him." And Tubbs added to that, they was probably right. In fact, he notably missed notes on some recordings. When Tubbs was recording You Don't Have to Be a Baby to Cry in '49 and tried to hit a low note, Red Foley, his duet partner at the time, was sitting in the booth when somebody said, "I bet you wish you could hit that low note," Foley replied. "I bet Ernest wishes he could hit that note also." Beginning in the fall, they just cut this grass. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but it's making it tough to locate. Beginning in the fall of '65, he hosted a half-hour TV program, The Ernest Tubb Show, which aired in first-run syndication for 3 years. That same year, he was inducted in the Country Music Hall of Fame. And in '70, he was inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame. I feel like, yeah, this is it. Look at this. They just cut the grass. On August 15th, 1982, he made his final appearance on the Grand Ole Opry. He died on September 6, 1984, at a Baptist hospital in Nashville from emphysema. Well, I'll tell you guys what. I'm gonna put the camera down for a second, and I'm gonna clean this off. So, number one, it'll look better, so he gets the due he deserves. And number two, we can read whatever it says. So I'll see you guys here in a second. All right. So I cleaned Ernest's side off, and when I turn the camera off here in a minute, I'm gonna clean her side over here in a minute too. So here's Ernest Dale Tubbs, February of 1914 to September of 84. A cherished husband, daddy, and granddaddy. And here's a plaque that is so small. It says the Texas Troubadour. I'm going to try to find this plaque online and put it here so you could see it better. It pretty much highlights all the same things that I just talked about. Founding member of the MA Board of Directors in '58. Honored with the Academy of Country Music Pioneer Award in '81. The first headliner of an all-country music show to perform at New York's Carnegie Hall in '47. He was a member of the Opry from '43 to '84. Technically, he's still a member, even though he's dead, right? It's a lifetime kind of honor. So yeah, that was the grave of country music legend Ernest Tubbs. Pretty cool, right? I'd already been up here once. I couldn't find it this time. This is his, actually this is his son. Right there. Justin. There's a whole lot of Tubbs out here. But yeah, I'd come up here and I was going to do it. And they were having a grave. Like they were doing a burial. They wasn't having a grave. They were having a funeral to have a grave. And so I did like a little 3-minute thing. I got back to the house. I didn't like it, so I deleted it. And I knew I could come back and at least try to do a little bit longer, explain a little bit more about his life and all the things that he was able to accomplish. I believe that was the one. I'm pretty sure that was the funeral they were having that day. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you really don't know how much I appreciate it. It means the world to me. I know I say that in every video, but I do mean it. That, like, you and I, we get to come visit legends and music and on the screen and everything else, right? I'm getting in the shade. It's a little hot today. So yeah, Ernest Tubbs. There's somebody else buried here. I can't remember who it is, but I'm gonna look it up when I get back to the house. And we might come back. I don't know. I may come back next week or so and try to do it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget I got the merch and the member stuff and all that. It'll be down in the description. And it helps me, all this kind of stuff would help me get to these places so you and I can do these things together. So yeah, with all that said, right over there where my finger's at. You never know what you're going to find on the back roads. Thank you guys so much.